Today is Thursday, July 27th, 2017. Tonight on Gayxyz, we're going to discuss the ban on transgenders in the serving in the military. We're also going to discuss the Insecure review. Insecure started this past weekend. We're going to discuss that. There's another Charlie Sheen scandal. Didn't even know about that. We're going to discuss that. Caitlyn Jenner. We're also going to discuss immigrants found in the back of a semi. And then at the end, we're going to play a game of Would You Rather. All that and more tonight on Gay XYZ.
I was busy thinking about boys, boys, boys. I was busy dreaming about boys, boys, boys. Head is spinning thinking about boys. I need that bad boy to do me right on a Friday, and I need that good one to wake me up on a Sunday. That one from work can come over on Monday night. I want them all. I want them all. And when they finally leave me, I'm all alone. But I'm looking down and my girls are blowing my phone up. Them 20 questions they asking me where I'm at. Didn't hit them back. I'm sorry that I missed your party. I wish I had a better excuse, like I had to trash the hotel lobby. But I was busy thinking about boys, boys, boys. I was busy dreaming about boys, boys, boys. Head is spinning thinking about boys. In every city I go, one with different ringtones. Flying from LA all the way to Puerto Rico. My girls are calling me, asking me where I'm at. Didn't hit him back. I'm sorry that I missed your party. I wish I had a better excuse, like I can't even lie, you got me. I was busy thinking about boys, boys, boys. I was busy dreaming about boys, boys, boys. Head is spinning thinking about boys. Don't be mad at me. Darling, I ain't gon' stop it, even if I want it. Don't be mad at me. It's what you were saying, I was miles away, yeah. Don't be mad, not like I had a choice. I was busy thinking about boys, boys, boys. I was busy dreaming about boys, boys, boys. I was busy thinking about boys, boys, boys. I was busy dreaming about boys, boys, boys. Head is spinning thinking about boys.
I know how you feel, girl. Say it's Donovan and Jason coming at you as always from Dallas, Texas. It is Thursday, July the 27th, 2017 here on Gay XYZ. How's it going, Jason?
Hello, everyone. I am doing pretty good.
Good. That was Boys by Charlie XCX. Pretty cool song. I like it because it's about boys. So the video is funny. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it's funny. Features a lot of famous people like one of the Jonas brothers, the gay one, the gayish one, whatever, Joe Jonas or whatever. And I don't know, several other people, all different races, all different sizes, and celebrates boys of all kinds. So if you like boys, check it out. So it's definitely going to be one of those nights where we talk about Trump. We're going to talk about him tonight a little bit, as well as several other things. It's like we always talk about pop culture stuff as well, but we definitely want to talk about Donald Trump. But before we do, I want to say if you want to call into the show during the show, you can call 214-377-0481. I think that's right. If you go to our Listen Live, you listen to live to the show on gayxyz.com, and you click on Listen Live, you will see the number there above the listening bar. So feel free to call in if you want during the show to discuss and give us your opinion, because we'd love to hear from you. So today, or was it yesterday? I guess it was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday, I believe. Yeah.
Trump announced that he is immediately going to make it so that transgender people can no longer serve in the military in any capacity, quote unquote. Therefore, they can fight in combat. They can't be a fucking translator. They can't do anything in the fucking military because he doesn't want them in there. They were saying also that it was because one of the reasons that they use, or the justification, is because they said it costs so much to medically take care of a trans person opposed to other people. When in reality,
that is some complete bullshit.
Well, it is, because in reality, it came out at the same time. A lot of the news outlets were saying that the military spends 5 times as much on Viagra as it does on transgender medical care. And it's only 0.1% or something of the total budget so that they spend on transgender people. So I don't think that that's true, much like anything else that comes out of his asshat face. So what do you think about all of this, Jason? Do you think it's fair? I'm sure you don't, but what do you think about it?
Of course not. I mean, how are you going to stop someone who wants to serve in the military and serve our country? Like, I just don't get that. And that's what happens when you have an asshole of a president like we have now. Mm-hmm. It's like, and then the bullshit reason they come up with is that, because it costs too much to take care of a trans individual in the military. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, really? Right. Really?
Exactly. And also, it said, I was reading this article about this, and it says science and ethics determined that there is no rational reason why thousands of transgender women and men who have been defending our country and fighting for our freedom for hundreds of years should not be permitted to continue doing so. And also, the Staff Sergeant Logan Ireland, United States Air Force, was successfully completed a deployment mission in Kandahar, who was also a transgender person. And there are lots of examples of transgender people in the fucking military for all this time. It's just like with gay people. There's been gay people there the whole time. There's been transgender people there the whole time. It's just that you didn't always know about it.
So what happens now? So for the transgender individuals that are currently in the military, what happens now? They just get kicked out?
They have to get kicked out and dishonorably discharged or something or whatever, probably.
That's stupid to me, and that looks good. That looks bad on their record if it's a dishonorable discharge.
Well, I don't know that for a fact that it would be dishonorable. I'm just assuming it would be because they're transgender. I don't know that, but they'll be discharged though. I know that's what they were saying. If this happens,
stupid to me.
Well, also the fact is that the Pentagon said they didn't know anything about it. When he said this, they had no idea that he was planning to do this, and they said just because you say something as president doesn't make it true. And they said basically just because you say that, you have to actually put things in motion. You have to actually pass laws or take whatever, veto this shit or whatever. And you can't just say it and make it happen. You haven't even talked to the fucking military about it yet, or what's the fucking military, the head of the military guy's name, whatever his name is. Anyway, so. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is just part of, a 6 months of bullshit, 7 months of bullshit from the Trump administration. There was this internet meme that I saw that it really kind of outlined it very succinctly, and I wanted to go over that. And Donald Trump, by the way, to remind people, I mean, I'm sure I don't have to remind anyone here that, this man lies all the time, and he says whatever he can say just to make himself look better or to win. And so, a year ago, June 14th last year, he said in a tweet, he said, "Thank you to the LGBT community. I will fight for you while Hillary brings in more people that will threaten your freedoms and beliefs." Well, last year when he was running, he held up that stupid flag. He held up the rainbow flag like a stupid idiot and was holding it up and like saying, "Oh yeah, support gay rights." And he could barely hold it. He was like embarrassed to hold it, you could tell. And people were saying, "Oh, look, he supports gay rights." No, he doesn't, bitches. I'm not a fucking moron, and you obviously are. I mean, people bought that bullshit. Did you buy that bullshit last year when he was holding that flag up thinking he really did support gay rights?
No, he was doing that just to
pander.
I feel like he was doing it just that and a little bit of shock value, like to be like, "Oh, he really does care about the LGBT community." No, he does not.
But that's why people. I'm like, why are you surprised, right?
Right. I mean.
And people were saying, I saw all these things on the internet, people commenting about saying, "Well, I never thought this would happen," blah, 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 all these kind of things. I'm like, really? I knew the moment, November 7th, when he was elected president, that this shit was going to happen. I was bitching about it, talking about it for weeks. People were saying I was reacting. And I wasn't. So let's just run down real quick. January, he removed all the content on the LGBT civil rights White House government website. Obama administration had on there an entire section of the website dedicated to LGBT civil rights that he added to the whitehouse.gov website. And immediately upon his being elected president, he removed it. February, he rescinded protections for transgender students on their use of restrooms in public schools. There were protections that were allowing transgender students to use restrooms in public schools without being harassed or whatever, because it was unconstitutional. He rescinded that and removed those protections. Therefore, now it's constitutional, or it's not constitutional, but it's acceptable for them to do that again. In March, he revoked protections for LGBT workers against discrimination in hiring and employment. So not only do you have to worry about being beat up on the streets and being discriminated against if you're transgender or not being considered part of the American fabric because you're removed from the website, you also now have to worry about losing your job because you're gay. And then April, he drops a federal lawsuit over North Carolina's statewide prohibition on LGBT equality. North Carolina had a lawsuit suing the federal government for not wanting to have equality for LGBT people in their state. He removed that lawsuit from the federal government against North Carolina. And lastly, July, now he does signals that the U.S. military will not accept or allow transgender people to serve. So these are just, in my opinion, it's all the beginning. It's not over. And he's done something almost every month since he's been president to us in sticking daggers in our hearts and in our civil liberties. So it's just going to get worse. And people think it's going to get better. It's not. So what do you think? I think, honestly, the next thing he's coming for are gay rights in general and gay marriage and, whatever. What do you think he's going to do?
That, and then also, I believe he's going to try to get rid of, he calls it Obamacare, but it's technically called the Affordable Care Act. And I'm going to see what's going to happen with that, because there are a lot of Trump supporters that's on the Affordable Care Act.
Yes.
So when he eliminates that, like he's trying so hard to do, I want to know what the fuck the Trump supporters are going to do then once they no longer have insurance.
Right.
So that's the moment I'm waiting for. I mean, this is a big moment too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But all these die-hard Trump supporters that are just following him and agree with him so much with everything, I want to see their expression when they get rid of the Affordable Care Act.
Well, that's what I've been saying for so long. I mean, people who voted for Trump, a lot of them were people in rural America, people who depended on welfare checks, people who depended on Medicare, people who depended on Obamacare or whatever to take care of their health. And yet they still voted for a man whom had said he was going to eliminate Obamacare and who said he wanted to get rid of Medicare, who said all these things. And, of course, it's hard to believe him anyway when he says anything because he always lies. But still, he did say he was going to do these things, and he is. And therefore, to still vote for someone like that against your own best self-interest is ignorant and stupid, and so they just kind of deserve what they get. I don't feel sorry for these people. I'm sorry. I mean, I do, because I don't want elderly people dying and people being sick or whatever. In that sense, of course, I feel bad for them. But in the sense of the fact that they voted for a man that that said he was going to do these things and he's doing them, they shouldn't be fucking surprised. So sorry, that's what happens when you vote for someone like that.
Well, welcome to America.
And if you don't give a fuck about anybody else's rights but your own, a lot of people like that don't give a fuck until it affects them personally. And that's what's happening. And you're right. And so when that happens, I think that people will turn on him a lot more than they have in his own party. But I think also they've tried to pass the health care 2 or 3 times since he's been in office. And it's been rejected because of not only Democrats, but also a couple of Republican people voting against it or voting against him, or the fact that he don't have any replacement for Obamacare yet. They just have fucking nothing. So there's no fucking replacement. So why the fuck are you getting rid of it? You don't have anything better to replace it with. You just want to get rid of it because it's called Obamacare and it was his fucking idea. In reality, it was a fucking Republican idea that he selected to compromise. It wasn't even really Obama's desired. Obama wanted single payer health care, not fucking insurance companies involved in shit like that.
Right. And then over the past few days, I've seen John McCain just pop out the woodwork.
Oh, Lord.
And the thing is, here's my thing. I'm kind of confused on this because I thought McCain didn't like Trump.
He doesn't like Trump, but he's a Republican. Therefore, he's supporting his fucking Republican brethren.
But there's plenty of Republicans that don't like Trump and don't support him for anything.
No, I'm just saying that's who he is. He's an old school Republican that way, and that's how he is. That's how he thinks.
I don't. And I had a. Here's my thing. John McCain is a Republican, and in a small way, I kind of like John McCain, but not for his his, thoughts and views and that type of thing. But I just liked him just as a person, and I also like his daughter Megan McCain, who she is like totally the opposite of him, but
not totally, but very, very much more liberal than he is. Yes.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just I don't know. Just
well, you know why he went away, right? He had a brain tumor.
Right. And then he just came out. But then it's like I saw him, saw on the news that he, had a brain tumor and had that done, and glad he, turned out to be okay with that. But I was just like, how are you going to come out the woodwork and support this man if you claim you didn't like him? Because my thing is, I'm like I said a few moments ago, there are plenty of Republicans who don't like Trump and don't stand beside anything that he does. So it just bothers me.
What matters is that when the card just stacked against him, they still support this dumb fuck. Like John McCain could have come in and said, even he's a senator, and so he could have said when it was in the Senate for the healthcare reform plan or whatever, or replacement or repealing Obamacare, they were waiting for his vote to see how he was going to vote because he was away on the hospital or whatever, and getting checked out, found out he had brain tumor. So when he comes back, everybody's thinking he was going to vote against it because he said he was kind of against Trump about this and that, whatever. So it was expected he would, but he voted for it. He voted for it anyway, and people were very disappointed and confused about why he would vote for it when he himself said that it wasn't a good plan. So they just vote. They stick together like thieves. That's what they do.
Probably paid him under the table.
He doesn't need any money. He's got tons of money. He doesn't need his wife has
be something. But
tons of money.
This is how Washington D.C. He's getting something out of the deal.
No,
I just feel
I'm
like
telling you, it's ideological.
Something's happening behind the scenes that we don't know about, and
I don't think that's true. I mean,
I feel
let's
like
mark your words.
Some type of something out of this.
Let's mark your words, Jason. In 6 months, if he comes out and says he's making him like the head of state or something, then you can say, "See, I told you." But I don't think that's happening. I think John McCain. Honestly, I think he's a very principled person. I don't think he is somebody who would be able to be swayed by money. Or by position. He doesn't need it, first of all, like he said. But secondly, it's just not his personality. Even though I don't agree with most of what he says, I respect him because he's honest about things and what his beliefs are. For example, when he was running for president against Obama, the first time Obama ran, when that stupid woman, remember, stood up in the audience and said, "I don't trust him. He's a Muslim, and he's not."
Oh yeah. See, that's why I like him.
And John McCain said, "No, ma'am, that's not true. He's a good man, and that's not true." And blah blah blah. He struck her down. He could have just rolled with that to help his campaign, but no, he did the right thing. And so I find
and that's why I said I liked John McCain because he seemed to be an honest individual. He knew how to shut down somebody when they're in the wrong. So
yeah, like a fucking racist. Anyway, so let's talk about the fact that you saw. You said there was an article about these immigrants. I read about this in San Antonio in a semi truck. They were found dead.
Yes. Let me pull it up here. So they, according to USA Today, which now has been all over the news, 8 people were found dead in the back of a semi truck at a Walmart parking lot in San Antonio, Texas. Mm-hmm. Which this has happened before. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but this has happened before. This happens quite a bit in the state of Texas. They try to, illegal immigrants try to come over to the U.S. for a better life and that type of thing, which they're trying to better themselves, so I don't have a problem with that. But
you don't have a problem with people who are illegals coming over to the border illegally?
No. Here's my thing. They're trying to better themselves and better their lives because
I understand that. Mm-hmm.
that type of thing. But as far as I don't know. What
are you saying, Jason? I don't think you know what you're saying. What are you saying?
No, I forget it. But anyway,
okay.
So yes, they found 8 individuals in the back of a semi, and most of them appeared to be in their 20s and 30s.
Yes.
But there were also 2 school-age children.
Well, let's examine this though. Why? I mean, you were saying that they have this desire to come to America.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just trying to say that they're trying to better their lives.
You let me finish my thought. You do this all the time. Do not stamp over what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, you don't know what I'm going to say all the time. Let me finish my sentence. What I was going to say is, you think they're coming over here to make their lives better, but I'm saying that it's been a net immigration for like the past 15 years. I think they said, meaning that there's been more people leaving, immigrants leaving through Texas and Arizona, whatever, and California, than coming in across the border. And so the reason for that is because most people don't want to come here because our country kind of sucks right now. So they're
actually going back to Mexico.
People are leaving. People who came over here who are illegal who are going back. A lot of them, because the Mexican economy is getting better. It's not great. It's not great like American economy, but it's much better than it was like 20 years ago. And so
that's sad when
exactly
they voluntarily go back.
Well, also because
that's when you know America is fucked up.
They're treated very badly here. They don't have rights really. They can be taken advantage of and basically enslaved, legally enslaved by paying them very little on the dollar, because they know what they would make in Mexico versus here. But that's also our own fault because, not mine because I buy organic local stuff. But anyway, most people's fault in the United States because of the oranges in California and things that they go there, they could go across the border to pick and they go back or whatever to pay money to Mexico, to their families there. And they make like 10 cents an hour here or something. I mean, and so that's completely illegal. But because they're illegal, they don't say anything about it because they don't want to be, shipped back to Mexico permanently. So it is. My point is, I guess I'm trying to say is, I don't understand why these 9 people found it so necessary to come across the border that they would put themselves in the back of a semi-truck without air conditioning and die when America kind of sucks for immigrants these days. I mean, if I were an immigrant, I'm trying to say, if I were an immigrant from Mexico, there's no fucking way I want to come to America. I go to fucking Europe or something where it's free. Not here. This place sucks. Anyway.
Right. So, I mean, there were a total of 8 people that died in the trailer, but there are a total of 38 people in the
were there 38 total? Wow.
That was 38 total, but 8 died. So they left, remaining 30 people back there, and they said that temperatures that day in San Antonio hit 101 degrees,
God. And they were inside that.
And they were inside, so that means you have to remember that. So if it's 100 degrees outside, it had to be like at least 20 to 30 degrees warmer inside.
Well, metal conducts too, so it was
right
higher. Yeah, it's hot. Yes.
Right, and it was still 90 degrees after 10 p.m. that night. Ugh. So they were called Sunday about 12:30 a.m. The responders came out and they said every person was very hot to the touch, I guess.
That's horrible.
So they said they didn't have any signs of food or water, of course.
Right.
And they the 8 people that did die, they died as a result of heat exhaustion and asphyxiation.
Mm-hmm. That's sad.
Here's the thing, though. Mm-hmm. So they said they arrested the driver, and the driver is currently in custody, and I guess he's being questioned or whatever the case may be. But my thing is, okay, I'm just thinking if I were a driver trying to get illegals over to the U.S. Just my thinking. Just if I was in this situation,
right?
Especially this time of year in Texas, where it is hot as Satan's kitchen this time of year.
Yes, it is.
I just want to know if you want to do this and smuggle, illegal immigrants over into the U.S. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you get like a refrigerated trailer?
I think it had air conditioning in it, but it was broken. They said it was broken or something.
No, but I mean, I would get one that I would, if I was a driver or I was someone who was the ringleader, I would make sure one was working.
They don't care, Jason.
Working.
Don't you understand? They don't
I know that. I know they're desperate and
No. I'm saying the people driving them don't give a fuck. They're getting paid. They don't give a fuck if they get hot. They don't care. You need to watch the show. It's called American Crime, and you can't. It's off the air now. I was on the past 2 seasons, but the last season was about immigration in America, and is
that the one that has Regina King in it?
Yes, and it's based on real cases and real things that have happened in situations in America. And there's one like about the migrant farmers I told you about, them coming over here and dying as a result of it, and then people dying on the way over here because of it, and they don't give a fuck about them. They are cargo or chattel to them. They are just there to make a buck off them. So if they're uncomfortable coming over here, fuck them. They don't care. They don't care. So it's nice that you care, but you're not a fucking human trafficker. So you don't, you know what I mean? And I'm not either. I would care too, but I'm not like that person. You don't think that way either. They just care about money. That's all they care about. So anyway, it's nice for you to say that, but they don't give a fuck about that. Anywho, oh, there was this article on online I saw, and it was interesting. I thought we could discuss it. It was about these straight guys calling themselves CASHSEXUAL. And
I get so sick of hearing that fucking topic.
I know these guys who, not only is it, it's in porn, it's in, porn stars, escorts, sex workers, whatever, who will, have sex with other men, even though they themselves are straight, just for the money. And in porn, they say about half to 60% of the men in gay porn today they consider themselves straight or whatever, just for the money, because gay porn pays more money. Anyway, so there's actually this psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever named Dr. Court or whatever, and he says increasingly in gay porn, researchers have found straight men who enjoy participating in it, often they're able to exact higher pay for performing because many gay guys are turned on by seeing straight men having gay sex, and gay men are quick to spot them. And then he says in this video, he says that they call themselves CASHSEXUAL, and they actually get off on being desired. It's very narcissistic, being desired so much that someone's willing to pay them. They don't care if it's a man or a woman. And every time there's money that comes in their PayPal account or whatever, somebody sends them something, whatever, and they're paid for having sex with somebody, they get off on it. So it's actually called CASHSEXUAL, and because they get off on doing it regardless of the sex. Now, don't you think if you have sex with somebody of the opposite sex or the same sex, if you're opposite sex if you're gay, straight sex if you're, gay sex if you're straight, that something, if you do it all the time, right, whether it's for cash or not, don't you think there's something in you that is partially straight or partially gay? I mean, something? Or do you think
I've said this since day one.
Yeah.
I feel like I hate it when I hear straight women and men say this, because a lot of straight women, they consider themselves straight, or vice versa. But mainly with men, I hate it when I hear men say, "Oh, I'm a straight male, but I'm looking to have a little fun with another male." Now, if it's your first time, okay, I'll let that pass because that's a curiosity thing.
Uh-huh.
But if you've been with a man several times and you still consider yourself straight, I'm like, you're not straight. If you enjoy getting your dick sucked by another man, you're not straight. If you enjoy sliding your dick into another man's anus, you're not gay. You're not straight. It's like, I hate it. And there's so many people that are they call it, this ride or die type thing, where it's like, oh, I'm straight, or, I'm straight. I mainly fuck with females, but I might mess with a guy from time to time. I'm like, motherfucker, you're not straight. Someone actually told me that. It's like, oh, well, I'm straight. I actually knew a guy who told me this. He said, oh, I'm not gay. I mainly, fuck women, and, that's who I mainly fuck and get with. But every once in a while, I may want to have the urge to get with another man. I was like, well, then you're not straight.
It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple, right? If you if you have a desire to have sex with the same sex, and you're a man or a woman, whatever, it's the same sex. You're not 100% straight. It's just somebody who's 100% straight. A straight guy is not going to want to have sex with another man. Period.
Right. It's the only time I give it a pass is, like I said, if it's a curiosity thing.
Even if it's a curiosity,
and you're curious, and then if you get with the guy and you hate it, you never do it again. Okay, I give you a pass on that.
The only time I give a pass is if it's part of a three-way and they just happen to be with another guy and there's something, you know what I mean?
Or that too. If it was like two guys and a girl, and they happen to run a train on her or something like that. That's okay. But other than that, no. And I hear that a lot, and it seems like it's starting to become. I'm starting to hear it more in our community.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, I'm not gay. I'm straight. I just mess around with guys every now and then. I'm like, no.
I concur.
No.
I concur completely. I just think it's ridiculous. And it's okay. Look, I just think, I understand that it's difficult to come out. It's difficult for some people to accept it of themselves, even if they just kind of like guys and they're straight guy or whatever. They just have a thing or curiosity. To me, even that curiosity says something about them. It's just like I've said before, the Kinsey scale says everybody's, on a scale of sexuality between 1 and 6. And if you're 1, you're perfectly straight. You have no interest at all, ever, in any situation having sex with somebody of the same sex, or we're at 6, I'm a perfect 6. You have absolutely no desire to have sex with someone of the opposite sex. And then there's 3, perfectly bisexual, and there's everybody in between. So most people fall somewhere between the 1 and the 6. Not everybody's a perfect 6 or perfect 1. So
is this like a quiz or like a?
No, it's a real thing. The Kinsey scale. You've never heard of the Kinsey scale? Oh, girl. Anyway.
No, I've never heard of it. And here's another thing I've noticed. I've noticed that a lot of these men who are straight in real life,
yeah,
and then are gay for pay in porn. There was a documentary I watched probably about a year or 2 ago, and this man was married to a woman, had children with this woman, but then was gay for pay, like was in gay porn and stuff like that. And I was like,
well, you gotta
say, girl, how do you feel about this? Your man is out here fucking other men for money. It's like,
that's the thing, though. I've watched a couple of documentaries about gay for pay. One was, both of them were about gay porn stars. Straight gay porn stars, meaning they were straight guys and doing gay porn. And they almost all of them, not all of them, but I'd say 90% of them said they were straight. The others said they were bi, or they didn't know what they were. But most of them said they were straight, and they were just looking, to make the money. And one guy actually literally has to have a shot in his penis, not even Viagra or whatever, or Cialis. He has to take a shot in his penis to get hard because he's not attracted to guys at all. And I think that that's true. I think it's possible.
Do they still do fluffers where they could just get like a woman to blow them until they get hard?
Yes, they do that. They don't do that so much on gay porn sites, but they do it on straight ones all the time. But they do it on gay ones though, with gay boys. Yeah. But what I was trying to say is if you really literally cannot get hard at all at the thought of having sex with a man, you probably are heterosexual. And so I think in that situation, he probably is a heterosexual man who just is doing it for the money. But even still, in the back of my mind, I'm sure you're thinking the same thing. You're thinking, but why would you even go there in the first place? Why even, of all the things you could do, why choose gay porn? Just because it pays a lot of money. You could be a fucking male escort and have sex with women. You don't have to be, you know what I mean? So anyway, I don't know.
That's my thing too, because oh Jesus, I'm just like, you're right though. I mean, they could do other things. They could be a stripper. They could be
exactly, dancer,
exactly. But I'm thinking to myself, well, why would you do that? And then I'm thinking to myself, you have children. You're married to a woman. You have children with this woman. Like, what are you going to do when they happen to come across this? Because the internet is very accessible.
Well, that reminds me, Jason, of something. I read a story. Literally, it just reminded me of a story I read about 2 weeks ago about a guy. I can't remember what site it was on. I read it on, but a guy who had done gay porn, and he said his life was ruined as a result of it because now he cannot get a job, he cannot find a girlfriend, he cannot do anything. He's straight. He says he can't. His family won't talk to him. He said it's ruined his life because of the choices he made when he was younger to do gay porn, as opposed to have done straight porn or something that's not gay related. And so it's ruined his life. And so that's the other thing. If you're gonna be in the gay world, a lot comes with that. If you're going to be having sex with other men, with gay men, and you're quote unquote heterosexual, then there's a lot of things that come with that, meaning by bigotry and all the things that we as gay people have to contend with. You too will have to contend with, because now even if you consider yourself to be straight, you still have to contend with what we have to contend with as gay people. And so that's what's happened to this guy. So it's just stupid. I don't know. It's dumb. It's just stupid, but whatever. Just tired of talking about it, so let's move on.
I want to take this Kinsey test before we go on. I'm just curious.
You're gonna take it?
Yeah, they have a thing where you can take the test and figure out where you are.
Kinsey, just while you were taking it, Kinsey was a psychiatrist, and there was a movie about him, for God's sakes. Like, you don't know anything about gay history.
Yes, I do. I didn't know anything about the Kinsey test, but
that's part of gay history, Kinsey scale. Anyway, he's not gay, but he was bi, but whatever. Anywho, moving on, while you're taking that test, I'll talk about the Charlie Sheen scandal.
Yes, because I didn't even know anything about this.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen's been accused of passing HIV to his gay lover during sex. Now, Charlie Sheen, is notorious for having been a womanizer and having tons of sex with women and prostitutes and whatever. Apparently, he's had sex with men as well. I guess he's bi or whatever. I don't know. Whatever the case is.
Wait a minute. Is this new? I thought he'd only infected women.
No. Yeah, this is new. This is new. It says that Radar Online reports that the 51-year-old actor could be facing some serious jail time after being accused of passing HIV to a male partner during sex. According to the celebrity, according to Radar Online, the man whose identity is being withheld was able to trace his infection back to a tryst he had with Sheen. Now he's purportedly suing. It says, and under California law, it is illegal for an HIV positive person to engage in consensual sex without a condom if there is intent to transmit the virus. Now, how do they know he intended to transmit? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not having safe sex with somebody, and that means that you should consider the possibility and probability, just to be safe, that person has HIV, and you need to decide at that point whether or not you want to take the risk that you may or may not be infected. So just because he is HIV positive doesn't make him guilty of intentionally transmitting the virus. It's not like he said, sit there, he cuts him open with a fucking knife and like spooges in his arm or something. You know what I mean? It's not like he did it intentionally. I mean, I don't know for a fact he didn't do it intentionally, but I'm just saying, how do you prove that? So anyway, it says he could be on a hook for millions of dollars and for pain and suffering, mental anguish, and for future medical costs this guy is going to endure. And apparently this isn't the first man. In 2015, he settled out of court with a man who claimed that he gave him herpes during a gay romp in 2011. So, yeah.
Okay, so I just got finished taking. Well, before I go back into that, before I give you the results of my Kinsey test, I wonder what the outcome of this is going to be, because first of all, I'm just trying to figure out. Well, clearly they didn't have safe sex if this man is infected with HIV.
Well, no, obviously.
but my thing is, that's just weird to me. Like, I don't.
What's weird to you?
Well, because Charlie Sheen's been infected with HIV, and that doesn't necessarily stop anything. You can still have a normal, safe sex life. That's not the issue. But if you knew that this man is HIV positive, I mean, it was announced to the world.
Yes.
So I'm just thinking, how come this other individual
didn't take
responsibility
as well?
The necessary safe precautions to have sex with this individual, but make it safe.
Right.
Like
you said, it's Charlie Sheen. It's not like people didn't know or wasn't publicly known he's HIV positive now. And it's like if you're going on a date with somebody, or it's not a hookup, I should say a hookup or something with somebody, and you ask them, are you HIV positive, or do you have syphilis, or do you have herpes, or whatever the case may be that they may or may not know they have, and they say, no, I do not have HIV, I was tested last month, and then whatever. Okay, so then you go into that, and you have bareback sex, and you have sex with that person without a condom, and that person ends up infecting you with HIV. And that person therefore responsible for you being infected with HIV because he did not know that he was positive? You know what I mean? Because if you have sex between a three-month period after the fact you've been tested, after the point you've been tested, and if you don't have sex, then you're safe that you don't have HIV. So if you were tested like in March, and you didn't have HIV, then in June, if you didn't have sex between March and June, then you're clear out of the clear. You're HIV negative. However, if between March and June you have sex with 10 people or whatever, unsafe sex, and you even though you just tested negative, you obviously could still be positive at that point because you've been infected after the fact. So. Is that guy responsible for giving the other guy HIV because he didn't know he was positive, even though he told him he was negative? That's the question.
No, because at the time he's going off of what he was told, which is he took the test and it said it was negative.
And you can't prove.
Different.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. The stupid law in California. It's kind of stupid. The stupid law in California says that if you have the intent, if you're HIV positive and you intentionally infect somebody else with it, how do you prove you intentionally infected someone? It's just a weird law to me. I don't see how you prove that, but whatever. Anyway, what was your scale? What was your Kinsey scale number?
So, I did a BuzzFeed version of Kinsey scale, and so they have exclusively heterosexual, mostly heterosexual, equally heterosexual and homosexual, mostly homosexual, and exclusively homosexual.
Okay, and what was yours?
And then they have one that says no sexual contacts or reactions, which I'm like, Lord. So mine came back as mostly homosexual.
Okay, well that could be true. You had sex with a girl once, didn't you?
I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm just trying to think how come. Oh, I know why. Because I answered a question that asked me, have I ever had sex with a female? And I said
just
yes
told
one
you.
time.
Yeah, you said you had sex with a girl a long time ago. That's probably why.
So that's probably why it was mostly instead of exclusively.
Well, I wouldn't have to take that test at all. I know when I am, so I know when I am. I like dick a lot. So anyway, okay, so let's talk about the Insecure series on HBO that I introduced you to.
No, someone else told me about it
No,
too.
they did not. It was on this show. I will go back. I will play it for you. I said, you guys have got to watch the show Insecure. It's about this black girl, blah, blah, blah. You're like, whatever.
No, I found it on Facebook.
No, you did
I
not.
did too. You told me about it, but I also found it on Facebook. They were promoting it on Facebook.
I saw the whole series. I told you about it on the show.
Okay, I didn't know that she was coming out with a show, but I've been following Issa Rae for a while.
No, I believe that. But I'm saying that I told you about the show on the show. I told you to watch it. That's what I'm trying to say. I said, watch the show because it's really funny. And you said, okay, I'll check it out, whatever. And then you came back to, that was really funny. I was like, I told you. Anyway.
Yes, Insecure returned this past Sunday. It was season 2, episode 1. And it was just, it pretty much left off. It pretty much picked up where it left off on the previous season, which was Issa and her boyfriend still trying to work things out. Like the opening scene, she was having these hallucinations. Like she was at dinner and what's her boyfriend's name? I forgot her boyfriend's name.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but she was having these hallucinations that they were at dinner and they were talking about getting together. And then, all of a sudden she snaps out of it and it's really like some other guy, some blind date, that type of thing. She was at dinner, but, it's a totally different guy. And it was like, oh, what are you into?
But she's dating all these guys and she realizes that she misses her ex.
Right. So it was pretty funny. I thought it was really funny when she said that. There's like, oh, so what kind of work do you do? They was like, oh, I work with, troubled kids and that type of thing. But she was like, but I'm trash too, so that makes it okay. I was like, okay.
Lord have mercy.
So yeah, but I thought it was pretty funny. And then
good. And then they had sex. Yeah, again, it was weird and impromptu.
I was just surprised that the other girl that he was banging on the side, the girl that worked at the bank. I was just like, he is really going in, and she's really trying to lock him down.
That was
be like,
obvious.
oh, that's my man. I'm like, oh, that is not going to happen. He's going to go back to Issa. Like
that was obvious from the beginning that she was into him. Remember at the bank and everything, she's flirting with him.
Right.
Anyway.
So yeah, and then Kelly, the big girl, she's lost weight on this season.
Oh, has she? Yeah, she's lost a little bit. Yeah. She's lost a little bit of weight.
She slimmed down a little bit. Yeah, you can tell because her face is a little bit slimmer this season. So I was just like, oh, okay, she's been working out, that type of thing. And that type of thing. And then Molly, I love Molly. Molly is, she's the one. What's Issa's other friend, the proper talking girl with the blonde hair? Her real name is Amanda Seals. I've been following her too, but I forgot her character name on the show.
The one she works with?
No, the one that she's friends with.
I don't remember.
The one that talks real proper.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
But anyway, I remember they were having the house party, and she tickled me because she was like,
"Oh, her, yeah, the blonde, yeah."
Yeah, I forgot her character name, but her real name is Amanda Seals. I've been following her for a while too, but I forgot her character name on the show. Well, but she was like, so do you have any herb? I was like, herb.
I know.
I was like, girl, stop. Herb.
I know.
I was like, you should say herb.
Well, it is legal in California, so they were just rolling that stuff out in the open. It was funny. Okay, let's do your game before we go. The Would You Rather game. Let's do that.
Okay, so let me pull it up here because I had it minimized.
I have this game at home, by the way, here at home.
Let's see. Okay, so this is the dirty version of Would You Rather. I could do the clean version, but why would I want to do that? We're on the show. So, we do everything dirty here.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question is, I wish Kim was listening so she can call in.
She is listening. She said she's listening. She's not calling in, but she's listening.
Oh, okay. Hey, Kim. Okay, so so the first question is, let's see here. All right. So the first question is, would you rather have sex with someone who never showers or someone who never brushes their teeth?
Well, that's a really hard one. Someone who never showers, because I can always make him take a ton of Altoids and mouthwash. See, I can get around that, but not showering. You get a butt sweat and dick sweat and ball sweat, and no, I can deal with that.
Ass crack sweat this time of year, all that.
No. What about you?
So, because this time of year, I was outside earlier, and I promise you, I felt sweat run down to the crack of my ass, and I freaked out. Like seriously, I was like, it was so hot today. I was like, I gotta get somewhere with this air conditioning. For me, I would rather be with someone who never brushes their teeth, because I'm okay with a clean body, and I'm the same way with you. Like, I can give you gum and Altoids and mouthwash and all that.
Yes.
But yeah, if your whole body is, I can't do that. No. So I'm with you on that. I'd rather give someone who has a nice body and never brush their teeth. All right. So the next question is, some of these are stupid. I'm not gonna go through all these.
Okay.
Would you rather have a threesome with 2 semi-attractive guys or sex with 1 super hot guy?
Sex with 1 super hot guy for sure.
Okay, mine is I'd rather have the 2 semi-attractive guys.
I always find 3 ways to be like very. To me, even though I'm a Gemini, I don't want to focus on all that. I mean, I just want one person I can focus on, make it really good with one person instead of having to split my focus between 2 and make it kind of mediocre. So for me, I think one really hot guy is hotter.
But see, the thing is, so for me, my opinion of this is that I would rather be with the 2 semi-attractive guys, because I feel like the 2 semi-attractive guys will come back for seconds or thirds or whatever. Like, it would be a thing.
Way to have no self-esteem, Jason.
No, but I feel like one super hot guy would be like, hit it, quit it, on to the next one. Like, they'd be like, oh, I know I'm a hot guy, so, I just dump him and go to the next one, and, it's too bad for him, that type of deal. Because I feel like really, really, really hot guys do that type of shit.
That was never my experience. Usually if the sex was really good, it didn't matter how hot he was. He'd come back for more.
But then I've been with some hot guys who were horrible in bed.
Oh, yeah,
so,
I have too. I've talked about that before, yeah. Absolutely.
Let's see. Okay, so the next question is, would you rather watch your oldest teacher in a porno or your ex?
My ex, for God's sakes. Yeah. Why would I? Yeah.
I'd rather watch my teacher.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Next one. Would you rather swallow cum that tastes like piss or have your partner actually piss on you?
B.
Someone piss on you?
I'd rather have that than yes.
Yeah, me too, because I don't want you to come in my mouth and it tastes like piss. That would make me throw up.
I'm actually nauseous just thinking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and not to mention the smell.
I'm not into the whole water sports thing, but I've met guys who are, and I think I told you about this a while back, but there was a guy one time he wanted me to pee while I was inside him.
Someone wanted me to do that too, and I was like, I can't even. How do you do that? I don't even know how to do that.
Well, anyway,
I'm like, wouldn't that feel like an enema?
Yeah, basically, I guess that's what it feels good to them. I guess I don't know, but I wasn't into it.
But then, I mean, would you run to the bath? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someone who does this maybe can call and explain this to us, because as a gay man, when this man asked me to do it, I didn't know. Like, I was just lost. I didn't know what to do.
I did it. So, it was fine. It wasn't something I did anything for me, but it did something for him. Because I was.
But did he immediately run to the bathroom afterwards?
Kinda, not immediately, but yeah, basically. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he had a rubber sheet and everything. So anyway, he was into all that stuff. That was like the 4th time we were hooking up, whatever. It was a long time ago. But anyway, I'm very open-minded, but I just know what I like, and I'm not into that at all. I'm not into water sports or piss at all, or shit or any of that stuff. No thank you.
Me neither.
No.
Me neither. Okay. Next question is, would you rather date someone with the perfect body or with the perfect moves in the bedroom? I already know mine.
Moves in the bedroom. Definitely.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too.
Yes. Because, God, you got to know what you're doing. Somebody just lays there and they have a perfect body. It looks pretty, but it doesn't do much for you, so.
Okay. The next one. Would you rather have weak little orgasms every time you had sex or have a super strong orgasm every once in a while?
Super strong, probably.
Me too.
Yeah, because otherwise it's like going to be like, meh. I mean, what's the point?
All right, I'm the same way with that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Would you rather get cum in your hair after you just finished styling it, or get it in your eye?
And my hair, it works really good for your hair.
Yeah, it's protein. Duh. I'd rather get in my hair
And it
too,
burns.
In my eye.
It burns.
Yeah,
in your
it burns
eye.
in your.
Yeah.
What did Coco Peru say? When
It
you get covered in your eye, what
burns.
happens? It burns.
You know, I interviewed her, right?
Yeah, you told me. About
Okay,
that.
yeah. It was a fun interview.
Yeah, and how she called you a faggot or something like that.
No, it was she didn't hear me. I put her on hold before I started the show, and she was mad because she had to watch. She wanted to watch the Oscars. It was Oscar night, and she didn't realize it when she scheduled an interview. And she's like, I put her on hold, and she's like, oh, I can't believe I have to be talking to some faggot on the show while I can't watch the Grammy or whatever it was, the Grammys, the Oscars, or whatever. She didn't know I heard her, and so I didn't say anything until the end of the interview. And I said, well, thank you so much. I know you it's kind of inconvenient for you to have to talk to some faggot across the states when you wanted to watch the Oscars, but I appreciate it. And she's like, oh, that's fine, But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Let's see. Would you rather be told that you suck at kissing or that you suck at giving blowjobs?
Well, no one would ever tell me either because neither is true. But what I wouldn't care if somebody said I suck. You mean like I guess somebody said I sucked. Okay, I guess blowjob because there's other things you can do besides that. Kissing is really important to me, so I'd say blowjob.
Well, there's a bit. I have to break this down a little bit because if this is a one night stand, and they would say, "Oh, he was horrible in bed," I mean, I wouldn't give a fuck. It was a one night stand. But if it was someone that I was with on a regular basis, I don't know. I would say probably. I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, the other thing is that I've always said this. This is how I am. I was always somebody who I was always better with somebody the longer I was with them because I knew what they liked. They knew what what I mean. We were more in sync, and I less uninhibited, more uninhibited, and everything else as you got to know them more. Whereas when it was a one night stand, I wasn't always at my best. Because I was like a little inhibited, unless I was drunk or something. So my point is to me, you can't really judge somebody from a one night stand how good they are in bed. You have to have them several times before you really can know for sure. I mean, it could be really great the first time and then suck 2 times later, or it could be really horrible the first time and be really great later. So you never know.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't think it matters. That question's stupid. So.
Right. That timing was perfect because my computer did something weird, but it's back now.
Okay.
All right, next question. Would you rather watch your favorite television couple have sex or recite their wedding vows? That's kind of a stupid question.
I'm not even going to answer because that's dumb.
Yeah, okay. I kind of thought the same thing. All right, let's see.
Oh, wait, Kim said something on... Hold on, what she says there. I just saw this message from her. She says... Oh, this is a while ago, but I didn't see this. Sorry, Kim. I didn't see it till now. This was like 5 minutes ago. She said she'd rather have one super hot guy for her instead of 2. I agree with her. See, that's what I said.
All right, well, 2 versus 1, I guess. I'd rather have the 2 semi-attractive ones. Let's see. This is weird to me. I mean, as a dog owner, but would you rather watch your dog hump another dog or have him stare at you while you're having sex?
Everybody who has a dog has had that happen. I don't know. I guess
I don't want to watch a dog humping another dog.
I think I'd rather have that. I'd rather watch him humping another dog instead of him watching me because it just weirds me out when they stare at me when I'm.
Well, see, JoJo, I've had this happen before. JoJo really doesn't even stare at me. He just goes to his little bed and goes to sleep.
He's like, "Oh, that bitch is humping somebody else tonight."
Right, exactly. Okay, so the next one is: would you rather cheat on your partner or have your partner think that you cheated even though you didn't? That's equally bad, though.
I'd rather cheat on my partner than have them think I cheated when I didn't, because that would kill me to think that. You know what I mean? It would hurt me. It just really hurt me emotionally.
Right, because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, that was the case, I would just go all the way with it.
And if you're cheating on somebody,
because it's already thinking it, so I mean,
right. And if you're cheating on somebody, they don't have to know that you are. But whereas if they think you cheated on them and you didn't, that's really painful, and for both you and them. You know what I mean? So I think it's really, I definitely would rather not have that happen. That'd be painful for me because I don't like to hurt people, so that would hurt. Yeah.
Really? Okay, I'm joking.
Bitch. Well, I mean, people I'm in a relationship with. Okay, let's put it that way. Okay.
Okay. Would you rather have sex on a bed filled with stains or in a smelly bathroom stall?
Smelly bathroom stall. I couldn't stand the stains.
What?
Yeah, no.
No.
Yes. A stain. Gross. At least in the bathroom stall, just because it smells doesn't mean it's dirty. Whereas when you're rolling around on these stains, which is probably like cum and vagina juice and everything else, I don't think so. At least I don't have to touch it. I mean, I have to smell it, but I don't have to touch it. So, no. I'd rather smell it than touch it.
I don't want to do neither, honestly.
Well, I don't either, but that's the whole point of the game. Would you rather do this or that? You have to choose one or the other.
Well, I guess if I will do the bed filled with stains because I can have sheets to cover it up.
Well, that's against the question, but okay, fine.
All right, let's.
Kim agrees with me. She agrees with the bathroom stall.
Oh, y'all are weird.
Yeah, you're weird.
Let's see. Okay, would you rather have sex with your celebrity crush once or have sex with your real life crush for the rest of your life?
Real life crush versus my celebrity crush?
Right.
Real life, because celebrities usually turn out to be assholes anyway, so.
I would say real life as well.
And they're probably, like we were saying earlier, usually celebrities are really good looking. They probably don't try, especially if you're a celebrity, you really don't have to try hard at all because you're a celebrity. And you're really good looking. Like if it was like Chris Hemsworth or something, although that makes me think now. Chris Hemsworth, oh my God, he's like such a yummy guy to me. I love him so much. Would I want to have sex with Chris Hemsworth once or my real life crush, whoever that would be, all the time? Actually, I take that back. I'd rather have Chris Hemsworth once. I'm sorry.
Wow. I would rather have the real life crush.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're going to have a relationship or something, but yeah, I guess that's okay.
Or maybe I could do celebrity crush and then slander him. Well, not celebrity slander him, but like blackmail him. But like, I won't say anything if you just pay me like, $10,000 a month for the next 2 years.
Okay, that's how people end up dead in the river. It's not a good idea.
Okay, this one is kind of uncomfortable. Uncomfortable question. It said, would you rather have your parents catch you having sex or catch your parents having sex?
What? Say that again.
Would you rather have your parents catch you having sex or you catch your parents having sex?
Me catch my parents having sex. I did not want to have my parents see me having sex. No, I would be really. To me, that's much more embarrassing because it's embarrassing to me. If I see them having sex, it's embarrassing. But at least I'm not the embarrassed one because I'm not naked and having sex. You know what I mean?
I'd rather, I agree with you. I'd rather catch my parents having sex,
which I've done. I mean, most people in their lives have seen that if they've had two parents in their lifetime.
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember when I was 7 and I caught my parents having sex, and I was so traumatized by it. But I guess when you're a kid, it's more likely to you see that happening, I guess. But
yeah.
I was just like, oh my god.
Oh wait, Kim answered the question before about celebrities. She says, I'd rather have the same person the rest of my life because celebrities are all passing around the yucks, and meaningless sex, even with a hot celebrity, doesn't do anything for me. She's such a girl. For me, meaningless sex is great.
Especially
if it's with Chris Hemsworth, I'm perfectly fine with that. So I'm okay.
Well, yeah, real life crush for me too. So that's one we all agree on.
You two agree on it. I don't.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
It depends on the celebrity. Basically, it depends on the celebrity. Okay.
Would you rather date someone who takes 5 seconds to come or takes 5 hours to come?
Well, I am the latter, by the way. It takes me forever. I'd rather be with someone you said 5 minutes or 5 seconds?
No, 5 seconds to come or 5 hours to come.
5 seconds or 5 hours? Jesus Christ, That's a huge difference.
Let me tell you something. I was with a guy who was older than me a few years ago. Mm-hmm. We got together and like literally 30 seconds into it, he was like, "Oh my God, I'm about to come." I was like, "What?" That is exactly what I said.
Yes.
He was like, I mean, literally. I mean, I was still in the process of like
getting foreplay and yeah, right.
and he was an older guy. He was maybe like 50.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, we were getting into it and everything. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm about to come." I said, "What?"
There was,
and he was over while I was still trying to get hard. I was like, I was like, just leave, just go.
There was a guy I dated like in 2006. Before I met my husband in 2007, and this guy I met in 2006, and we met online and we talked for hours all the time, and we dated. And we finally met in person. We had extremely hot chemistry, like we're totally into each other, and so we had sex or whatever. And the first time we had sex, and he had a huge dick and he's a beautiful guy, just hot and just intelligent, everything. I was like, oh my God, this is it, whatever. And so we have sex, and then he comes literally like in like 2 minutes. I'm like, wow. And so I thought, okay, maybe it's because he was just excited. It's the first time. So that night we have sex again, same thing. And in the morning we have sex again, same thing. So I was really disappointed. So that's a premature ejaculator. So that's a disappointing thing for sure. I think I'd rather have 5 hours, because at least that way you're going to get off yourself. Whereas with somebody who's only take like 5 seconds, you're never going to do anything. And that's like you were saying. I mean, for me, I'm like a woman this way. I need foreplay. I need to be warmed up. You know what I mean?
You need to be warmed up before you get into it.
Well, I almost like to wham bam. I mean, I like wham bam sometimes, but I mean, I'm just saying I like to be like, I need to be turned on and like get my juices flowing, so to speak. And you know what I mean? I don't want to be just like bam and that's it. I like to get into the mood. And a lot of guys are like that. They were always like, oh, you just stick it in and, go.
Right.
I've been a lot
like they're doing porn.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Just stick it in and go.
I think that's the problem is porn, but go ahead.
Okay. Would you rather fuck your best friend's dad or your dad's best friend? Isn't that the same thing?
Your best friend's dad?
It
No.
said, would you rather fuck your best friend's dad or your dad's best friend? That's the same thing,
No,
isn't
it's not the same thing. Your best friend's dad is not related to you, whereas your dad is. Your best friend's dad or your dad's...
Oh, okay, I got it. I had to think about it for a moment. Okay, I got it.
Would you rather fuck your best friend's dad or your dad's best friend? Is that the question?
Right.
Well, to be like, on the up and up, I would say my best friend's dad, because then I wouldn't be betraying my own dad. But I can't really fucking stand my dad in real life. Can't stand him. He's a fucking asshole. So I'd rather fuck my dad's best friend because he's an asshole, just to get him back because he thinks all gay people are horrible. So,
for me, I would say I'm going to say my dad's best friend.
Oh, that's what I said. Okay, cool.
Yeah, my dad's best, but mainly because like there is one guy that I know that I would totally do, but yeah, he's straight. But I'm just saying hypothetically.
Right, hypothetically.
Right. Okay. All right, the next one is, would you rather have sex in front of police officers or in front of a live news taping? Police officers.
Hold on. Okay. Sorry. My husband sent me a text message saying he was going to bed. So I was like, it was like 30 minutes ago. I'm sorry, I was reading that. Okay, so police officers are in front of cameras. Is that what you said?
Yeah, would you rather have sex in front of police officers or in front of a live news taping?
Definitely police officers, yes. 'Cause I don't give a fuck about that.
Right, exactly. Because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, if it's on news, it's recorded,
Everybody
it's documented footage.
Exactly.
And then they can go back and re-roll it to try to find...
Oh!
No,
And Kim says news taping. Kim, are you nuts? You know how many different angles and shit? They're going to get all these bad angles. You have to have good lighting.
Plus, exactly. And then plus, Kim, you have to remember that they can find you with that footage, and then they can put it all over social media, all over the news.
I don't think Kim cares.
On these digital bulletin boards here and all over the country. No.
That's hilarious.
I guess the only upside to you probably get your 15 minutes of fame in the worst way possible.
That's not how I want to. I mean, unless you want to be like Paris Hilton or the Kardashians, you want to get your fame that way.
No, I'd rather do it in front of police officers because you never know. The police officers may join in. You never know.
Ooh, officer, you're cute. Let me show you what I can do.
Officer. I've always wanted to fuck a police officer in uniform. I fucked a police officer, but not in like their actual uniform.
Right.
But that's something that I want to do. That's on my bucket list.
Oh, well, I have a major thing for uniforms like that, like police officer uniforms, fireman uniforms, any kind of like authority figure uniforms, or like kind of like,
For me, it doesn't have to be an authority figure. I just want something that's like a dominant.
That's what I mean.
Uniform type.
That's
thing.
what I'm saying.
It could be the UPS guy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, authoritative. I mean, that's what I mean by uniform. But yeah, we're on the same page. But I agree. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one. Would you rather be horny 24/7 only 1 day per year? 24/7.
I'm already that way, so it does not matter.
Well, I'm already that way too. Yeah. So I'm just like, okay.
Most gay men are that way all the time. So it's like whatever. That's how I've been my whole life. So whatever. Okay, next. Okay, let's do 3 more. Pick
3 more,
three
okay.
Good ones, yes.
All right. Would you rather be turned on every single time you see a man wearing a fedora or every single time you see a man wearing Crocs? Fedora.
Crocs? Did you say Crocs?
Yes.
I
Crocs
could,
are hideous.
I could never be turned on by any man wearing Crocs, especially with socks or something. Oh my God. No,
Yeah.
I would say definitely the fedora. Yes.
Hold on, Kim says something.
No
Kim
UPS
says,
guys. She
hold
says
on.
my
She says no UPS.
my ex
My ex
drives
drives
for
for UPS. He's a
UPS.
douche.
Douchebag.
For me, I would say a fedora because that's the hat. You
Yeah.
can just take off a hat. But fedoras are in right now.
My husband wears one all the time. We go out. He wears one.
Yeah, I mean they're really in. So yeah. But when I see Crocs, I'd be like, ooh, he lives that life. I can't deal with that.
Plus, they're
no.
just fugly. I just never thought they were.
The only
attractive.
time it's acceptable to wear Crocs if you're like working in the medical, like a doctor, nurse, some type of like medical field, because they have to wear those type of stuff from time to time. Well, actually, frequently. I'm okay with that if it's that. But if you just like for like everyday use, no.
I don't think it's ever acceptable to wear Crocs personally. It's ever.
And I know the people who make Crocs lately in the past few years they've been trying to make it more stylish now, but it's still
They have. They look exactly the same to me as they always.
No,
did.
no. If you go on their website, they have different styles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have plenty of different styles. I mean, I still wouldn't buy any, but I'm just saying. Would you rather fart while getting eaten out? Well, I guess this.
Oh
would
my
be
God.
towards Kim.
Oh.
Kim, would you rather fart while getting eaten out or vomit while making out?
Why is that just for her? Guys get eaten out too, so I don't understand why you said
yeah,
that.
but
Would you rather be fart while getting eaten out or vomit while what?
Or vomit while making out?
Oh God. Oh God.
I don't know with this one.
Well,
I really don't know.
First of all, I have a major thing about farting. I don't do that, so never happens.
What are you saying? You don't fart? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I'm saying it. I don't do that. So it never happens. You'll never see me, smell me, nothing. It just doesn't happen. So just pretend like it never happened because it never happened. So my point is that the whole fart thing, the whole oeuvre of that is just embarrassing to me. So I would not want that to happen. But I sure as hell wouldn't want to be kissing somebody and vomit and then like come back and oh God. So
well, the thing I have to go with the vomit thing. I'd rather do the vomit mainly because a fart can come out unexpectedly, like
yes, I know that. Yes,
that type of thing. But when you're about to vomit, 9 times out of 10, you feel you're about to vomit. Because I mean, I've been doing things like I don't know, just normal stuff around the house, and I feel sick, and then I throw up, and because normally, but worried about vomit, you're about to stop doing whatever you're doing anyway.
Yeah.
So if you're making out with me, and then you feel like you're about to throw up, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna stop making out with me before you throw up anyway.
But that was not the question. The question was if you want somebody to throw up in your mouth or you want somebody to fart in your face. So which is it? Or fart in somebody else's face? I mean, that's basically the question. Somebody's gonna, so.
I have to do the vomit, but
I
the vomit's
agree
gonna
with
make
you.
me vomit too.
She says neither. Both would cause me to never be with that person again. I know. It'd be gross. Oh God, I would die.
You know what? I want to tell this quick story right quick.
Okay.
So, about a year ago, I had a friends with benefits fuck buddy, and he came over, and he was like, "Well, I need to use your bathroom before we do our thing, whatever." I was like, "Okay, that's fine." He went in the bathroom, took a shit, and then he cleaned up or whatever, came out, and he was like, "So you ready?" I was like, "No." Like, can you go get in the shower now? You just took a dump. Like, I don't know.
Maybe he wet wiped. Maybe he wet wiped.
I know. I don't know. No. That is unacceptable, Donan.
Wait, you're saying he went to the bathroom, number 2, and he came out, and you said go take a shower because you thought he was still dirty.
Right. And he was at my house, and I didn't have any wet wipes.
Oh, okay.
Unless he happened to bring them with him, but he didn't do that. And he was like, "So you ready?" I was like, "No, you go hop your ass in the shower."
Oh my God. You're one of those. You're one of those. Now, first of all, I agree.
I don't want to have and your asshole is still wet from taking a shit. No.
I don't either, but I'm saying you didn't know that was the case. You can be clean without having to take a shower. People do it all the time, like in France.
Well, bitch, this ain't France.
I'm just saying you can. Listen to me. Listen, Linda, listen. He could have taken he could have wiped and then taken the the toilet paper, put it under the sink, some soap, pumped it on there, cleaned himself up, wiped again, cleaned himself, wiped again until he was perfectly clean. You would never have known any different than being in the shower. Is my point. I'm saying there are other ways he could have cleaned himself, but I agree.
Unless I had a bidet in my bathroom, that wouldn't work.
I agree. I mean, I agree. You definitely don't want to have sex with somebody who's all gross and hot, down there like that, with guns blazing, as they say. No, yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. 2 more. Okay. Trying to find. There's a total of 50, and I'm about halfway down, so I'm trying to get 2 good ones.
Okay.
Would you rather sprain your ankle during sex or break your partner's penis? Good Lord.
I'd rather break my partner's penis, actually. Because
what?
I don't want to feel the pain of my ankle breaking either.
Well, he has to feel pain too.
But I don't want to feel the pain. He could feel the pain. I don't want to feel.
No, I would rather take the sprained ankle because I'm sorry, that dick ain't going nowhere. I may have a fucked up ankle, but I can still give you head. So, yeah, I'd be like, just give me a minute. Let me get my crutches and hop over to you.
Do you mean permanently break it, or do you just mean like spraining it?
It said sprain it. It says sprain your ankle.
No, I meant the dick. Spraining it or breaking it completely.
It says break your partner's penis.
Okay, well, I guess I'd rather do the ankle then. Yeah.
When I say break your partner's penis, is it like when you break a raw hot dog in half? Is that how it works?
Well, it's not an actual bone. Oh yeah, it's not a bone. It's cartilage. So probably similar.
I mean,
to that.
I know that, but
yeah.
I mean, like,
yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't want to find out. So.
Oh, that just makes me cringe thinking about
What's
that.
the last one?
We got 2 more.
No, we have 1 more. You said 2 more just now. I said 2 more before that, so we have 1 more.
Okay, let's see. 1 more. Okay, let's find a good one. Okay. Would you rather find out that the guy that you fucked was your long lost cousin, or that he was a brutal or serial rapist? I mean, not rapist, serial murderer.
Cousin. Sorry. long lost cousin, right? You said cousin, right? It could be my
long lost cousin.
It could be my 5th cousin, my 8th,
or
my
serial
8th
killer.
cousin. I mean, if you're talking my 1st cousin, that's probably different. But my 8th
No,
cousin.
it says long lost cousin or serial killer.
Well, if it's a long lost cousin, that probably means they're probably really distantly related. So I'd probably go with my cousin. I do not want to have sex with a serial rapist. Sorry.
Not a rapist, a serial killer.
Oh, killer. That either. Sorry, no.
I'm gonna go with serial killer.
Oh my God! Really? Why?
Because there's 2 things. First, that means in my mind I've temporarily won his heart.
Oh my God!
Plus, I think it's kind of hot because I mean, I wouldn't find any of this until later because 9 times out of 10 they don't tell you.
You wouldn't find it out at all because you'd be dead, bitch.
No, but there are some people who they get with people, then later on they're like, seriously. So I'm gonna say that. Plus, if I ever need any protection, he's available.
Well, what about Jeffrey Dahmer and people like that?
No, not. I said serial killer. I didn't.
That's
say
what he was, a serial killer.
We're talking about like Dexter. We're not talking about like Jeffrey Dahmer.
What difference does it make? Both ways, you're dead. It does not
Jeffrey
matter.
Dahmer like
was a cannibal.
people
He was a
killed
cannibal as well. Yes.
Yeah, Dexter wasn't a cannibalist or whatever,
No.
so he just killed people and going on about his business.
Yeah, but Dexter was a killer with a heart of gold. He was not your typical serial killer who was just killing people because he loves killing and doesn't indiscriminately. He was different. But anyway, he didn't say it would be Dexter. And so generally speaking, a serial killer is not somebody I want to be having sex with or sleeping with or having being in kind of intimacy with, because once they get to know you and let's say they like you and everything else and you piss them off, they're going to fucking kill you. So no, I don't think so.
Or either they'll threaten you, and if they threaten to kill you or something.
Not to mention the whole moral question of the fact that this person is a murderer and you're sleeping with them and having a relationship. No, I don't think so. No. Cousin all the way. We are in the South, after all.
Oh, Kim says cousin.
Yes, and I agree with Kim. So good. All right.
Well, I guess now I think about it, I'd probably say cousin too. I didn't think about the. I don't know. I guess getting someone who's a bad boy kind of turns me on.
Okay, there's bad boy and then there's murderer. That's not the same thing. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you for listening to the show. We will be back next week on August. Oh my God, next week is August. Oh my God, 3rd.
August. Yep. Yep.
Oh my gosh, we're already
I
in
get my root canal
August.
done on August 2nd. Y'all pray for me.
You know, in only a month or so, we're gonna be in fall. Oh my God, and then Christmas
Thank
is
God,
coming.
because it's too fucking hot out here.
I know.
Today, I could not deal with the heat today.
I know. You had butt sweat. I know. Butt crack sweat.
I know. It went to the crack of my ass, and I freaked out. I felt so violated by this drop of sweat.
It happens. It's a natural thing. It's okay. We'll be back next week with everything, everybody. Good night, Kim. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. We appreciate it very much. And we will see you all next time on Gayxyz. Stay happy, stay gay. Be you. Bye.
Bye. Stay gay, people.